Hey everybody, Scott Jansen here, and in today's video I want to talk about really the only three things that you need to be doing as far as your social media posts to get paying clients. Now the great thing about this method is it doesn't matter whether you're a coach, you're a therapist, you're a hypnotherapist, you're an RTT, NLP, you're a healer, maybe even a motivator, or even someone just selling an online program. These three strategies are what's going to get the attention of your potential market and turn your content into paying clients. So how do you know you need this? Well, if you're creating content that's getting no responses, you're getting no inquiries about no one's contacting you asking to book you in for maybe a strategy call, or you're simply not selling your services, you definitely want to pay attention to this. And I've made it super simple. So off to the left here, let me just get my laser pointer. Off to the left here, I've made the premise really simple. Regardless of the platform, your potential clients will respond best to these three things. The most common questions that all clients have, folks, regardless of the niche, regardless of their problem, is, will this work for me? You would have to agree with me that the market is completely saturated by people offering results, talking about their services, talking about what they can do, why they're better than everybody else, and it just seems like the whole market is flooded and your potential clients don't know whether to pick you, someone else, or even if there is an answer to their problem. So regardless of the niche, we always want to keep in the back of your mind whenever creating content for social media, your most common question your client has is, will this work for me? So if this is the case, you want to be creating content that proves that it'll be working for them. Your content should break down objections. Your content is not talking about yourself. Your content is not talking about why you became a coach, or your background, or your experience, or your story, because this is not answering this common question here. Clients want to know, will this work for me, and are you the right person that I should book in? So you want to be creating content, very valuable content, that proves that it will work for them and knocking down those objections. You want to resist your ego and talking about yourselves. Here's the thing, folks. Clients are never looking online for why you became a therapist or a coach. Let's say, for example, if you were a potential client, would you ever care about why your therapist or why your coach became a therapist or a coach? Would you ever be Googling and searching in the search bar, typing in those keywords? Why did Joe Bloggs become a coach? Why did Jane Smith become an NLP practitioner? It would never happen. So what is your client searching when they're going onto Google? Maybe they're on Facebook, and definitely when they're on YouTube looking for videos to answer their own questions, they're looking for this thing right here. They want proof. They want to know that it's going to work for them. So you want to resist your ego and talking about yourselves. Clients will never be looking for why you became a coach or a therapist. They are, however, looking for answers to their own problems. So by answering their most common questions, you're providing proof. You're providing proof that you're an expert. You're providing proof that you know what you're doing, and you're showing up constantly online. You're becoming like that trusted advisor. You definitely want to talk about the what, which is the pain and the solution. All the social media that I do in my company, all the social media strategies that we teach all of our students, is always talking about results orientation, talking about the solution, not talking about the why or the how. We're not talking about this, your result will be because of NLP, or this is why coaching is better, or you need to get hypnotherapy, or RTT this, coaching this. We're never talking about the actual substance of the session. We're talking about the result, the end result. We're proving that it will work for them. So you want to talk about the what, which is the pain and the solution, not the how. Clients don't care how you do things. Your clients are not therapists and coaches and do not understand the lingo we use, or care why hypnosis is maybe better than NLP, or coaching is the only way to get X, Y, and Z, or you need to do a past life regression to experience this in your life. I see it time and time again, and it's such a waste of potential energy and potential success when therapists and coaches are constantly online either talking about themselves or trying to prove that the way that they do things is the reason why their clients get results, or the way that they do things is better than everybody else. It's almost like an ego trip thing, which I understand some people are caught in this, but you definitely want to break this pattern. Your clients don't need to be lectured about coaching. They don't need to learn about NLP. They don't care about the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind. You don't want to come across as trying to prove your ego as to why your results happen. You just want to be talking about that you can provide results. So you want to find your clients' most common questions online. So anytime you're creating content, if you're ever thinking about, wow, what should I type today? What video should I create? What type of YouTube video? What type of Facebook Live? What is the content that I need to create? You never want to be thinking in your own minds. You never want to be guessing at this stuff. So there's a couple of free resources, folks, where we find our clients' most common questions. So you can find your clients' most common questions at a place called answerthepublic.com. You can also go through YouTube comments. So you can type in the type of content that you want to create. Let's say you're in the anxiety field or you're in the mindset field, whatever it is, whatever your niche, go look for videos on YouTube and go through all the comments. What are people responding to? And whatever questions you notice in the comments, you want to be creating content around that, because this is really coming from the actual market. Also, you can go to product reviews. So there's several places where you might, it'd be like a Tony Robbins course or a mindset course or whatever course, hypnotherapy course. And sometimes there'll be a product review, and you'll see not only the reviews, but you'll also see what people are talking about. Are they asking specific questions? Are they saying like, the course was great, however, I really wish this was taught. I really need to understand this. A great place to find product reviews, guys, is go to udemy.com, where they have thousands and thousands, probably even the hundreds of thousands of different courses about every niche possible. They solve every problem possible. And I like to go through all the comments and see what's happening in my market to see what people are really looking for that I could potentially help. So now we know the premise. We want to create content that proves that it'll be working for them, that proves that what we do will work. We're not talking about how we're going to do things. We're talking about the what. We're talking about the solution. So off to the right-hand side here, you can deliver these posts to answer these questions. One of the most common things that we do, and by far is the easiest way to market your business, is provide testimonials. There is nothing better than proof. So if you're just starting, you don't have proof, you can come back to this strategy later. But right now, if you've had several clients, you definitely want to start collecting testimonials. If you were to venture across to my Facebook page or even go to our website or my YouTube channel, we are constantly talking about results. I'm constantly showing proof. This by far is probably 75% of our marketing. It's just providing testimonials, okay? We get a lot of them because our program does what it's supposed to do. It helps therapists and coaches build their businesses online. So we get a ton, probably 10 or 20 testimonials per day. And we're constantly showing this to our market. Now, I'm not doing this to brag. I'm not doing this to say, hey, my course is better than everybody else. No, I'm answering this question right here. And what a better way to answer it than have my students answer the question for me. Another way to deliver this right here is just through simple like Facebook Lives, videos, posts, and you want to be answering your clients' most common questions. So let's say, for example, you're in the anxiety field and you know the most common question in that anxiety field from your potential clients is, can I overcome anxiety forever? That's just a really bad example, but you see my point. You want to create a video about this, answering this question. You want to create a short post, a long post, whatever it is, to answer these most common questions. And like I said, you'll find those most common questions on answerthepublic.com, YouTube comments, or even product reviews, or even udemy.com. So you see here, anytime we come to creating content, don't think about what to create. Just answer your clients' most common questions. Inside your niche, what are the most common questions that your whole market has? Get to work answering these questions in video form, post form, blog form, whatever it is. Lastly this is a really cool one, especially this works really well on Facebook, also Instagram as well. And we don't use Instagram because that's a whole nother training for itself. We find we get the most traction from Facebook and YouTube. Instagram's quite different when it comes to the platform, but I have seen this work as well. You want to ask your audience questions. So if you go to my Facebook page, again, I'll just use me as a real example. I might ask a very common question that I just want to get responses to. Now, I usually do this at a very specific time. What I'll do is, I'll give you my little strategy here while we're here, is I'll post a testimonial on my Facebook page, and about 2 to 3 hours later, there'll be some responses. There'll be some people that'll reach out to me and say, Scott, I saw that testimonial. That's great. How can I work with you? How can I get those results? But what I'll do 2 to 3 hours later is I want to refresh some content. So I actually ask a question to my audience, the people that I know that are following me. So I might ask a question like, the most previous one we have is, what's the transformation that you offer to your clients? And we get hundreds of comments for this. So why am I doing this? Well, as I start to get conversations on my Facebook page, people responding to my question, what are they going to do? Well, if they scroll down a little bit, they're going to be hit in the face with a testimonial. So it's like a question to your audience is just bringing people out of, that are sitting back watching what I do, but not really commenting or responding to any of my stuff. Now I'm bringing them to the forefront. I'm getting them to interact with my content. And then what do I notice? Well, once they answer this question, what I'll start to notice is I'll start getting more likes on my testimonials. I'll start getting more people reaching out to me, people that hadn't seen the testimonial because maybe it was the wrong time of the day for them. Now I've dragged them back in with a question and now they're seeing that testimonial. Now, after I've done this question, I'll have some video content, then I'll go back to posting another testimonial, then I'll ask another question again. And that question brings everybody to the testimonial again, back to the video, and I'm constantly bringing people to my page. I'm constantly showing up on my page and having these people see my content. I don't want them to miss this stuff right here. So it's not only the fact you just want to post a testimonial, you've got to think of strategic ways to make sure that everyone possible sees this. And one way is just to ask your audience a very common question. What are you struggling with? What do you need in your life? What if this happened in your life? What would you do? Something very niche related. And these are just off the top of my head, but hopefully you see my point. When it comes down to it, folks, the only 3 posts you need to be creating to get paying clients, well, really you only need to be answering this question, but it just depends on the delivery. Will it work for me? Yes, because here's some proof. Will it work for me? Yes, because I'm going to answer the most common questions, which is going to position me as an expert. Will this work for me? Yes, I'm going to bring out the audience that maybe had not been watching all of my stuff to see this content right here. So when it comes to it, folks, create content that will prove that it will work for your potential clients and your curious clients. Stop talking about yourselves. Your clients don't care about you. Your story, unfortunately, they don't really care about this stuff, just like you don't care for other people. You definitely care about yourself, and make sure your content is always answering this. Always keep this in the back of your mind whenever you're creating content. And again, those resources you can go check out. These are free platforms. Answerthepublic.com. That'll bring all your clients' most common questions inside your niche together in one place. YouTube comments and also product reviews. So that's all from me for today, folks. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.